What's up, guys? Welcome to Station 3 Productions, and welcome to a brand new series on how to raise birds successfully. So stick around, stay tuned, and we're going to try to show you everything that it takes to do this. Alright guys, well, if you remember watching my video on the cage setup, I had the 3 cages, the cage stand and all that good stuff. Well, of course, this is where it all begins. Can't do nothing without a cage, right? So here, I'll show you what we've got so far. Alright, I ended up with 3 pairs of parakeets. Male, female here. Male, female here. And of course, the divider. And male and female down here. And of course, you've seen my other cockatiels in other videos. And here these guys are. And I've replaced the big cage that they were in before into the smaller cage, and it's quite a bit more manageable, easier to deal with. And we get into the breeding part of this series, I'll explain to you why it's smaller. And then of course, I have my pet down there, which is right here. She's going to hang out with us today. You want to say hi to YouTubers? Help me explain how this is done. Alright? Anyway, there you go, guys. This is the house pet right here. So anyway, so you start out, or you ask, as a beginner, you ask yourself, what kind of bird do I want to get into? And trust me, there's hundreds of different breeds, and with each breed there's going to be a little bit of difference in how you have to deal with them. So we're going to base this series on the beginner, or the novice pet owner. Okay. So to start out with, I would say I would ask myself a couple of questions. How much time do I have to spend on a bird or birds? And how much space do I have for a cage? Now, as you guys have seen my other cages over there, I've got smaller birds, smaller cages, and of course they take up less room. And with that stand, makes everything stackable, so there's like way less room to deal with. If you have a small apartment, with small rooms in your house or apartment, you're gonna want something that obviously takes up less space. And for a beginner, you're gonna want something. You're gonna want a bird that's gonna be easy to deal with and easy to care for. And I'm telling you that the easiest breeds that you could get into are the cockatiels or the parakeets over there, or even canaries and finches as well. They're smaller, they take up less space, they're easy to care for. Well, let's just assume you just want a pet that just for the house, something you can tame, you can play around with, walk around the house or whatever. Like this cockatiel here, perfect. They are perfect. I'm telling you, I could not say enough about these guys. They're very smart, easy to deal with, and they learn quickly. Here, let me put you down here. Where are you going? Hold on. Alright, hold on a second. Let me get my bird. There we go. Now, and of course, the parakeets. The parakeets are the same exact way. I mean, you could go to a pet store or a local breeder, and you could buy a parakeet for, I don't know, 20-30 bucks, opposed to $80 for a cockatiel. I mean, you got to take all that into account as well. You know, how much money do you want to spend on a bird? I mean, we could go from $20 all the way up to $20,000 for a hyacinth macaw. You know, it's all up to you. But for a beginner, as I was saying, these guys here, you can get a baby parakeet 8-10 weeks old, and you can literally hand tame them in 1 hour. And they'll be walking around on your shoulder, your finger, or whatever, literally in 1 hour. Just like that cockatiel over there. The cockatiel's the same exact way. Like this, my pet right here. Look at that. You go to a pet store, you buy a cockatiel. Most of the time those are already hand tamed to begin with, but if you can also buy them, you know, if you buy them 8-10 weeks old and they're not fully hand tamed, you can hand tame a cockatiel in a day, less than a day. It just depends on how much time that you want to put into it. You know, if you just want a noisemaker, put a bird in a cage, and that's all you do with it, then that's as far as you're going to go with it. I got to make a bunch of noise. You know, and I know plenty of people that do that, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And of course, the obvious, you got to change your water every single day. Make sure that you buy the right seed for the right bird. And then I also feed mine fruits and vegetables, which we'll get into as time goes, and I'll explain all of that, because these are all breeding pairs right here, just like these guys right here, and this one here is just my house pet. So how I take care of her is completely different than how I take care of these guys or these guys. So, you know, like I said, those are the two easiest breeds that I could come up with for a beginner. You know, the food and water, literally, you just want to change the water every day, change the seed every other day, keep the cage clean. You have to do that. I shouldn't have to say that, but I'll throw it out there anyway. Cage has to be clean all the time. You know, give them a cuddle bone up here. They use it for calcium. They also use it for sharpening their beak. It's really nutritional, so can't forget about that. You know, and bird cages, you can get bird cages on the internet really cheap. You can get them decently priced at a pet store, or I know hundreds of people that build their own. I mean, you could go on YouTube and find homemade bird cages all day long on YouTube. So, you know, it just depends on, you know, what you want to do. So far, this is where we're beginning. First, I got the cages, right? We went through that cage setup. Then, we moved up to what birds I'm going to deal with. parakeets, cockatiels. And as time goes, I'm probably going to have other breeds as well, but right now we're just going to work on these two breeds right here because they are the easiest ones to deal with. They're the easiest to breed, which I'll explain as time goes. This is the room that I've got. Oh yeah, and I was supposed to have only started out with 2 pairs. Oh, my phone. Yeah. Anyway, I was supposed to originally start out with 2 pairs, and I ended up with 3 pairs. So, because I was in a rush one day and I mistakenly bought 2 females. And again, as we get into the breeding part of this series, I'll explain to you how to sex them properly, and don't make that mistake. You know, that's like the second time I've ever done that, and it was all due to me being in a big rush because I had other things I had to get done. But anyway, it happens, and it's not the end of the world. Life's gonna move on. So, alright, so hope you guys stick around. You know, enjoy the series. It's probably gonna end up being one of the longer-winded ones because there's a lot that goes with this. So, until next time, guys, stay safe, take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh yeah, and one more thing, real quick. I forgot to mention this. If you guys have any questions or comments on this video, feel free to leave your comments down below, or you can send me a PM or whatever. Alright, I think I got it now. Alright, take care.